Mike, can you believe? Like, first of all, I've been feeling a little nostalgic over the last, few weeks or few days or so like that, because it's been 6 years.
That's insane.
Since this show has started. And you were around from the very beginning. You remember pre-Time to BS, the Sports Cave.
Sports Cave, yep.
Oh my God. I was looking back at everything and just be like, wow, I recorded the show from 2 cell phones. From, you called in and then I recorded through the other phone. And then I posted to SoundCloud. It was like, wow.
That's, yep.
Wow.
Yeah, those were the pre-pods that I wouldn't say before we really got serious about what we want to do with it, but to get everything started, because I mean, I went off of Anchor, which was at the time you can just simply go off your app, record, and submit, and out the door you go. And and I was listening to some of my older ones, but 6 years. Yeah, I've gotten better since then, but 6 years though, it's insane because you got Will, and you had Dave.
Well, I'll get to that. So it was the original 5 was myself, you, Kyle.
Yep.
I haven't spoken to in a while, and I want to get back together with his
crazy self.
His crazy self. I'm trying to keep PG here, folks. Will, and then Dave, and then you went to do your own thing, and you've been doing awesome since then. Jesus, like, look at the journey you've been on and stuff like that. You're doing fantastic. And
same goes for you though.
I remember we were recording through Skype.
Oh my God.
Oh my wow. So context is key here, folks, ladies and gentlemen.
Now Skype is no longer around, correct?
Skype is no longer around. So that's the whole reason why I was bringing back the whole nostalgic feeling, which was like Skype is no longer around. We were recording the video call and the audio call through Skype. And I was posting the audio onto, at the time, Anchor, which is now since rebranded as Spotify for podcasters.
Yep.
And there was no intro. Actually, there was an intro, and then a buddy of mine has since made the current intro of the podcast. And I look back at everything. I go, wow, so much has changed. Because Kyle I haven't spoken to in a while. I mean, Will and Dave, that's a rabbit hole we can go. But
yeah.
But at the same point, it's like, I'm grateful for, everyone that has been involved in this journey and that has continued to be involved in this journey. And, you especially, geez, I mean, wow. It's been 6 years. I mean, how long have you been doing your show? 5 years, 6 years?
5 years, yeah.
Roughly, yeah.
We passed February of 2020 is when when I started. So
yeah, right in the heat of COVID too, right before the pandemic started.
And that's really what not really strove me, but that's really kind of what gave that hobby, because as we all know, you couldn't go anywhere, you couldn't hang out with nobody, you can't go do anything. So that's really where my social life became on the pod. Met a lot of good people. I know we knew through each other, prior to that, but still, I mean, Clyde Wong is one that I met during that time. So just to name a few, Coach George, and so on and so forth. So yeah, dude, I can't believe it's 6 years.
Yes, nuts. It's nuts. And do you remember how long the Sports Cave lasted for? 43 episodes. I will still remember that. Every time I
knew it was close to 50, but I wasn't for sure if we got 50 or not.
It was 43 episodes of the Sports Cave, and there was no logo.
No.
The Time to BS, the whole origin story of Time to BS is a very interesting one. So it was the Sports Cave. 43 episodes later, I had the weird, stupid idea of, hey, let's make this more of a get together instead of just, hey, we're talking sports like ESPN. Because I didn't want to do that. I did not do that. I don't think any of us wanted to do that. But maybe except for Kyle, but Kyle's a sports fiend. What are you gonna do?
He's absolutely.
And then it later turned into wow. And few get-togethers later with a whole bunch of people, and then you did your own thing. I mentioned that before twice now. And just looking back on it and going where we were at that point to where it is now, it's unbleeping real. Because I did not think that this incarnation was going to last for a while.
Right.
Because of, our schedules, who we were as people at the time, we've all changed since then. Some of us have drifted apart. Some of us have, crossed that bridge on a later show and blah, 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 blah. But at the same point, it's this whole thing has remained alive. And it's like, not only has this show remained alive, your show has kept going because of the dedication that we continued to bring into this world. It's insane. It's a weird, crazy journey. It's a crazy journey. And I would ask myself or others this question: if you could go back in time and change one thing in your past. I've asked you this before. If you could go back in time and change one thing in your past, but that one thing in your past made you the person you are today, would you still change it? And the answer is no. I still want it.
No. Mm-mm.
And even through all the heartache, even through all the BS, the comedy and the not so comedic BS, I still would not change this for the world. And I'm thankful for everyone that has been involved in this journey. And it will continue for obvious reasons because, nothing else better to do. I got nothing else better to do besides work and do this and the gym, but what are you going to do? So my life is not that interesting, folks. Let's be real here. It is not. It's not. But it's going to keep going. It's going to keep going, bros. It's going to keep going.